USS Rhind was a Benham-class destroyer in the United States Navy. She was named for Alexander Colden Rhind. Rhind was laid down the 22nd of September 1937 at the Philadelphia Navy Yard, launched the 28th of July 1938, sponsored by Mrs. Frederick S. Camp, and commissioned the 10th of November 1939, Commander G.R. Cooper in command. Initial duties. Following an extended shakedown cruise to Brazil and post-shakedown availability, Rhind steamed south again and from the 5th of July to the 19th of December 1940 conducted exercises in the Caribbean and patrolled off Martinique, employed as carrier escort and engaged in fleet exercises during the first half of 1941. She joined TF-1 in June and through the northern summer steamed in the North Atlantic shipping lanes on neutrality patrol. In August she escorted Augusta with President Franklin D. Roosevelt embarked to Newfoundland for the Atlantic Charter Conferences. Then, at the conclusion, she escorted HMS Prince of Wales, carrying Prime Minister Winston Churchill, to Iceland. On the 17th of August she returned to patrol duty off the Newfoundland coast. Detached in October, Rhind escorted Yorktown from mid-ocean to Halifax, Nova Scotia in early November, then joined a Halifax-Cape Town convoy as escort. Off Southwest Africa the 27th of November, she was detailed to escort Ranger to Trinidad. They arrived the 3rd of December. 4 days later the United States entered World War II. Enters the war. Rhind then steamed north to patrol the waters off Bermuda. In February 1942, she shifted further north and through March escorted Icelandic convoys. In April she shepherded a convoy to the Panama Canal Zone and on the 23rd, while en route back to New York, conducted her first depth-charge attack on a German submarine. The U-boat had shelled a Norwegian merchantman off New Jersey. Arriving at New York the same day, she departed again on the 30th to escort convoy at 15 to Iceland. There, on the 15th of May, she joined TF-99 and for the next 3 months operated with that force and the British Home Fleet in hunting German units operating out of Norway to intercept convoys to Murmansk and Archangel. Return to Americas. Rhind returned to the United States in July. In August she escorted coastal convoys between Boston and NS Argentia, then turned south to conduct ASW operations off the southeastern coast and in the Caribbean. Exercises in the Casco Bay area followed in early October and on the 24th she got underway for North Africa. Screening Massachusetts en route she arrived off the Moroccan coast on the night of the 7th of November. During the naval battle of Casablanca on the 8th she shelled Vichy vessels attempting to repel the Allied invasion of North Africa and blasted shore batteries. Through the 12th, she supported the troops ashore and screened larger ships in the Fedala Casablanca area. Back at Hampton Roads the 20th of November, the destroyer resumed escort duty and into the new year, 1943, guarded convoys to North Africa. On the 28th of April she returned to New York with convoy Gus 6, which had departed as USS 6, the 4th of March and had lost 5 merchantmen to a wolf pack between the 13th and 17th. On the 10th of May, Rhind departed New York again for North Africa, escorting her troopship convoy, and arrived at Algiers the 2nd of June. For the next month she conducted ASW patrols and escorted ships along the North African coast. Invasion of Sicily. On the 10th of July the invasion of Sicily began. On the 14th, Rhind arrived off the coast in the screen of a reinforcement convoy and joined the anti-aircraft defense and fire support group. Through the 20th she patrolled off Gela, then shifted to Palermo. After screening the mine and patrol craft which cleared the harbor, she remained on anti-aircraft station. On the 26th, as she stood by the heavily damaged Mayrant taking off wounded and assisting in salvage work, she sustained several casualties and some damage to her hull from a near miss delivered by a Junkers 88. Through the 2nd of August she continued to patrol off Palermo. Then on the 3rd commenced offensive sweeps near Messina, sinking an E-boat on the first day and supported leapfrog landings along the coast. Caught in another air raid on the 22nd, Rhind gained a brief respite at Oran, but suffered further near misses while escorting a convoy to Bizerte through September. At Bizerte on the 6th, she fought off another raid, an attempt to disrupt the forces staging for the invasion at Salerno. On the 9th, the destroyer arrived in the Gulf of Salerno and continued her war with the Luftwaffe. On the 11th, she got underway for Oran, whence, for the next month and a half, Rhind escorted reinforcements to Italy. In November she sailed for New York and, after guarding two New York to United Kingdom convoys, shifted to coastwise and Caribbean escort duty interspersed with offensive ASW activities. On the 26th of July 1944 she resumed transatlantic convoy duty with a run to the United Kingdom. A convoy to Naples followed in late September, and in November and December she screened carrier Shangri-La on her shakedown cruise, the Pacific. Between January and March 1945, Rhind continued coastal and Caribbean escort duty. Then, after another run to Britain, the 23rd of March to the 18th of April, she prepared for transfer to the Pacific Theater. Sailing the 5th of May, she arrived at Pearl Harbor on the 30th, and, after exercises there, steamed westward in the screen of carriers Lexington, Hancock, and Cowpens. On the 20th of June, the carriers launched strikes against Wake Island. Then, minus Cowpens and an escort, the force continued on to Leyte, arriving the 26th of June. From Leyte, Rhind steamed to Ulithi, whence she escorted cargo and troop ships to Okinawa and conducted ASW patrols in the Carolines. Shifted to Saipan in August, she escorted another convoy to Okinawa after the cessation of hostilities. Then on the 2nd of September steamed to Pagan Island, where Commodore Vernon F. Grant accepted the surrender of the Japanese garrison there. After the war, returning to Saipan the same day, Rhind accompanied landing craft to Marcus Island. Then, on the 16th, headed north for Iwo Jima, whence she patrolled on Air-Sea Rescue Station until the 2nd of November. She returned to Saipan on the 4th and operated in the Marianas Islands until mid-December, when she got underway for the United States. Arriving at San Diego, California the 30th of December, she was stripped and returned to Pearl Harbor and prepared for experimental testing. On the 15th of May she joined Joint Task Force 1 for Operation Crossroads, the atomic test series scheduled to be detonated at Bikini Atoll in July. Fate: surviving the tests on 1 and the 25th of July, but highly contaminated, Rhind was decommissioned the 26th of August 1946 and moved to Kwajalein, where, after radiological clearance had been given and further examinations had been made, she was sunk the 22nd of March 1948. Her name was struck from the Navy list the 5th of April 1948. As of 2006, no other ship in the United States Navy has been named Rhind. Honors: Rhind earned 4 battle stars during World War II.